Iraq economic news and points to ponder Monday AM the 7th of October 24. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. The closure of most private banks and fears of a liquidity crisis amid citizen anger. Private files, the 6th of October 2024, 23:57. Number of readings: 174. Baghdad, Iraq today. Today, many banks in Iraq witnessed a state of chaos and tension after their sudden closure, which raised widespread concern among citizens, especially with the emergence of reports of some other banks refusing to return customer deposits under the pretext of a lack of cash liquidity. This development prompted many citizens to quarrel with the managements of the banks that remained open, in light of mounting fears that the officials of these banks would flee after emptying them of funds. Banks that closed their doors include World Bank, Assyrian Consumption of Babylon, Al Ansari Bank, Middle East Bank, Holding Bank, Noor Bank of Iraq, Trans Iraq Bank, Al Huda Bank, Mosul Bank. As for the banks that remained open, but refused to return customer deposits under the pretext of a lack of liquidity, they include National Bank, Consumption of Baghdad, Development Bank, Hermit Bank, South Bank, United Bank, Union Bank, Spectrum Bank. This sudden closure comes amid reports of financial turmoil hitting the banking sector in Iraq, as many customers expressed their fear of losing their money amid increasing rumors about the intention of some bank officials to flee outside the country after withdrawing financial assets from the branches. Economy: Iraq breaking per capita, the 5th of October 2024, 2:24. Shafak News, the German website Statista, which specializes in market and consumer data, revealed that the per capita GDP in Iraq will reach approximately $6,000 in 2024. The website said in a table seen by Shafak News Agency that the per capita GDP in Iraq amounts to $5,978,000. Expected that the per capita share will continue to rise during the next 5 years to $6,824,000 in 2029. He added, the largest per capita GDP in Iraq during the past 15 years was in 2013, when it reached $7,021, and the lowest was in 2009, when it reached $3,701. This indicator describes GDP per capita at current prices, so GDP was first converted from the national currency to the US dollar at current exchange rates and then divided by the total population. It is noteworthy that the GDP is a measure of a country's productivity, and refers to the total value of goods and services produced during a certain period of time, a year. Iraqi oil exports to the United States decline. Energy Economy News, Baghdad. The U.S. Energy Information Administration announced today, Sunday, that Iraq's oil exports to the United States declined during the past week. The administration stated in a table published and reviewed by Al-Iqtisad News, the average U.S. imports of crude oil from 10 major countries amounted to 5.744 million barrels per day, an increase of 343,000 barrels per day compared to the previous week, which recorded 5.401 million barrels per day. The administration added that Iraq's oil exports to America amounted to 152,000 barrels per day during the past week, recording a decrease of 113,000 barrels per day compared to the previous week, when exports amounted to 265,000 barrels per day. The administration indicated that the largest source of oil to the United States during the past week was Canada, at a rate of 3.799 million barrels per day, followed by Mexico, at an average of 448,000 barrels per day, then Colombia, at an average of 347,000 barrels per day, and Venezuela, at an average of 297,000 barrels per day. According to the table, U.S. imports of crude oil from Ecuador amounted to 253,000 barrels per day, from Brazil 186,000 barrels per day, from Saudi Arabia 145,000 barrels per day, from Nigeria 84,000 barrels per day, and from Libya 77,000 barrels per day. 108 views added the 6th of October 2024. Increase in Iraqi oil product revenues through electronic payment. Electronic payment at gas stations. Money and Business Economy News, Baghdad. The oil products distribution company announced an increase in its sales of oil derivatives through the electronic payment window POS during the month of September, with revenues exceeding 1 billion Iraqi dinars for the month of August. The company's general manager, Hussein Talib Aboud, revealed that the company's sales via electronic payment of fuel types in all its distribution outlets in the country reached approximately 740 billion Iraqi dinars, i.e. a difference of more than 1 billion dinars from the month of August, whose sales amounted to approximately 633 billion dinars. He stressed that the gradual rise in revenues from petroleum products since the start of the electronic payment project on April 1, 2023 is nothing but evidence of its success since the moment of its launch and represents an important step in the project to automate distribution work. And it also included those dealing with the company from gas and kerosene agents, generators, and constructed stations, in addition to tank conditioning and others. Hussein Talib Aboud confirmed the company's determination to complete the drawn plans by equipping all fuel stations with electronic payment devices and ending cash transactions in implementation of the government program. 73 views the 6th of October 2024. Planning confirms its readiness to conduct the population census on the scheduled date. Sunday the 6th of October 2024 11:17. Economic number of readings 332. Baghdad, Nina, Minister of Planning, Mohammed Tamim. Confirmed today, Sunday, the ministry's readiness to conduct the census on its scheduled date. According to the ministry's statement, Tamim inspected the operations room of the General Population and Housing Census in the Statistics and Geographic Information Systems Authority, with the aim of reviewing the progress of the numbering and enumeration operations taking place in all governorates, including the governorates of the Kurdistan region, in preparation for conducting the population census on the 20th of next November. The head of the operations room and the work team in the statistics office provided a detailed explanation of the progress of the numbering and enumeration operations and the rates of completion in each governorate, stressing that the operations are proceeding at an accelerating pace, and that fieldwork is witnessing great progress. The minister confirmed, after reviewing the details of the fieldwork, that the ministry's readiness to conduct the census on its scheduled date has been completed, noting the readiness of the data center as well as the communication center, in addition to other requirements. Economy, the 10th of June 2024. Mawazin News. Economy. The US dollar exchange rates continued to rise today, Sunday, in the markets of the capital, Baghdad. The dollar prices rose at noon in the Al-Khifa and Al-Harithia stock exchanges to record 155,200 dinars per $100, while this morning's prices recorded 153,900 dinars per $100. Meanwhile, selling prices in exchange shops in the local markets in Baghdad rose, as the selling price reached 156,250 dinars, while the purchase price reached 154,250 dinars per $100. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: Dinar Recaps.